morning, I would like to tell you a little bit about my story. For starters, my last name is all messed up. How it is pronounced has absolutely nothing to do with how it is spelled. As you can see, I've got these extra 5 letters here in the middle that I have no idea why they're there, but they equate to an O. I was born and raised in Independence, Missouri. A very blue-collar upbringing. I get my entrepreneurial spirit from my grandfather. He was a child of the Great Depression, was a late draftee into World War II because he had 2 children. He fought at the Battle of Okinawa, which ironically, 40 years later, I was in exactly the same location with the United States Marine Corps. And according to my grandmother, the only time he ever spoke about his war experiences was during that year that I was in Okinawa. He witnessed the signing of the Japanese surrender in Tokyo Bay. From there, he came back home to Rich Hill, Missouri, and soon thereafter relocated his family to Independence, Missouri, and he started McCaughey Auction Service. My dad is who I get my work ethic from. My dad's typical week involved getting up at 4:30 every morning and going to work at the General Motors Fairfax Assembly Plant. On Friday nights, he would help my grandfather with an auction in Blue Springs, Missouri. Saturday mornings was our large estate sale auctions. Saturday night, we would do an auction out in Olathe, Kansas, and then on Monday nights, we would do an auction in Raytown, Missouri. I started working for him when I was about 5 or 6 years old, doing various odd jobs. When I look back on it now, he was very generous in how I was paid. When I know what he made and what he paid me, I was extremely overpaid. My dad is who I get my work, like I said, is who I get my work ethic from. The 5 years before he retired, General Motors instituted a perfect policy attendance bonus, and he earned that award all 5 years before he retired, in spite of the fact that he hated his job tremendously. There's nothing worse than he hated than getting up and going to work at 4:30 in the morning. His job on the assembly line was, and at the time General Motors was making 60 cars an hour. So every minute he had to turn around, grab a piece of door glass, turn around, mount it in the frame of the door, put in 4 screws, roll the glass up, roll the glass down, roll it back up, turn around, grab another glass, and start the process all over again. He did this every minute of every hour for 8 hours a day. Now he knew he was going to retire on September 1st, 1991. So the year before he retired, he sat down and figured out how many glasses he had left to install. And it was 120,000 door glasses to install. And that's a number that just amazes me, and I can't imagine it. The night before he went in for his last day of work, he made the comment, I only have another 480 door glasses left to install. Because he hated his job so much, he always preached on me growing up, I don't care what you do with your life. You can become a doctor, a lawyer, a preacher, used car salesman, a janitor. It doesn't matter what you do, you just have to love and enjoy the job that you have. And I have accomplished that. I don't feel like I would go to work every day. I love what I do. I enjoy my job tremendously, and I wouldn't trade places with anybody. If there was one word I could use to describe me, it would be service. Kelcon Technologies is a very service-oriented business. I've been a Rotarian for 12 plus years, whose motto is service above self. I've been heavily involved in Boy Scouting, and I'm currently the troop master for my son's troop, scoutmaster for my son's troop, whose motto is do a good turn daily. I'm involved in the tribe of McCaughey, whose philosophy is to take care of the younger and the weaker. And I'm also a member of the Order of the Arrow, Scouting's National Honor Society, who has my favorite motto, a brotherhood of cheerful service. So hopefully now you know a little bit more about me, and thank you.
dismissed.